All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Kill a Kill, episode 16.
Yes.
All right.
We're about to get all the secrets from Mr. Homeroom Teacher.
Yes, and specifically what happened with the last episode being kind of a showdown.
Yes.
Like a pretty climactic showdown, ending in a bit of a truce. Mm-hmm. And Satsuki and Ryuko essentially coming to a mild form of an understanding.
Right.
Which I think is foreshadowing for their eventual alliance.
Potentially, definitely. Yeah. Which, I mean, that will only be awesome and amazing. I mean,
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
The real question is, though, what are the big secrets beyond, kind of what went on with Ishin Matoi that he could probably reveal to her? I think it's probably more along the lines about how this is like, there's a grander conflict kind of at stake here, because we're at that
and family.
Right, we're at that point about 2/3 through the show, where we should be getting a little bit more of the
shift into the next gear of epicness and awesomeness.
The next stage of drills piercing heavens and stuff
and
like
scissoring
that. Much scissoring, yes, indeed, and incorrect phrasing, yes. So guys, this is going to be awesome. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. What? Okay. No, not a recap episode. Oh, and it's going just really fast.
Yeah. I love the music choice for this.
Oh my gosh.
It's only going to take like the
it's only going to take another maybe even less, 45 seconds or something. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's all just going to be before the opening.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is! Brilliant!
Excellent. Wonderful.
Wow. Ignorant as you are. Miss Big Mouth Eyebrow.
It's like De Niro turns around and he's like, "Hey, you want your tongue?"
Oh, new opening. I'm kind of sad.
I am too, but
I hope we see, oh my gosh. Wow. Yes.
Just in case we forgot Jotaro's uniform.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Nice, alright.
Ooh, they're
Nice.
walking in the same direction.
Parallel, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, towards Ragyou.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
boy.
Well, they're still fighting here, though.
Yeah. But
oh, just blood going everywhere. Nice, and that makes the words nice. Brilliant.
very nice.
Oh my. Oh, like the little infinity,
nice.
Kind of, yeah. Oh. Whoa.
Dang.
Oh.
Holy crap, that thing's a monster.
Well, it's also not. It's not. It's not something that she's.
It's not a symbiotic relationship.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's more like a parasite, seems like.
Okay, okay. Oh, life fiber override, taking over control of the life fibers within the suit. Oh, this is cool.
Okay.
Dang. Indeed. Because we're headed towards the end. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, dang.
Well, yeah.
Nope, 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 nope.
Oh.
Yes. Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Better make this one a double.
Yeah. Oh.
I love it. Mako's just like, whoa.
It's the nail on the head. The head.
Wow.
Exposed everything. An exhibitionist. They found a comrade in arms. Yes.
Of course she does. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Indeed.
What, does that mean she was saying she would be willing to go full nude for Ryuko?
Wait.
For the sake of the friendship?
Let's go skinny dipping! Oh my god, and the way the water went up, it was a penis.
Really?
It was an erect penis with balls.
Wow.
I swear. I'll go and freeze frame it like when we're done. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this show. Oh.
A bathhouse episode.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this music. Oh. Oh.
Wait. What?
Humans. Whoa. Oh my gosh. This is definitely about control.
Uh-huh.
Oh, crap. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go.
Senketsu
Senketsu! Yeah! Oh, there was a base within the base. Wait.
This is the actual beach for Nudist Beach.
Oh, wordy word.
Mako's just staring,
Yep.
whereas Ryuko's like, so...
Oh.
Okay.
So this is a huge conflict.
Oh, dang.
It's founded by your father. Yeah. Yeah, no, not like that. Oh my gosh. Going to class, alright. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Clothes made the mankind. All right.
Oh.
Wow.
That's some
Okay.
deep stuff right there. Mm-hmm. Holy crap. Forbidden room. I like that Satsuki is in the dark a little bit as well. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Holy crap.
That's, okay. So, wow.
Oh.
So even Ragyou has a master. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have the anti-spiral beings now.
Yep. Quite literally, like... Oh.
Wow.
Here we go! Marco! I love how meta this is getting. Oh my gosh. Right. Oh. Oh, so only humans are strong enough.
Ah. Holy
Dang.
crap.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Yep.
It's a good question. Right.
Oh.
Okay. And why?
Yeah, why?
Oh, gotcha. I love how he's the model for all the clothes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dang. It's all good.
Back off, dude.
The way he's whispering. It's like, oh my god.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, how is she resistant?
Right.
Right, that's understandable. Yes, you're a weapon, essentially. Okay.
All right.
But then,
Yeah.
Nui showed up. Yep.
And he covered it up and distracted Nui with the scissor sword.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. But here we are. Yep.
Mako, does it check out? Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think Ragyou really knows. Like, okay. Oh, a school festival. Yes! Look at Satsuki. She looks so terrified. No.
Yeah.
Not the sports festival. A culture and sports festival.
Mm-hmm. Holy crap.
Oh, Satsuki is pissed. You can. Oh my gosh.
Mako's like, I'm not the expositor, so I'm tired. Wait, but where did all that stuff come from?
I think she's just been eating. Remember she had the big bag.
Oh, right,
earlier.
right, yeah.
Wait, what? What? I'm so confused. What is this scene? Watch, this is the new ending. Just... oh my gosh. Alright. Okay. Kinda.
Well, yes, but he still has a purpose.
Right. The intention of the creator behind his...
Oh.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. Nice.
Are we ending the episode here?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. It's just too perfect. Oh my god.
Oh right, new ending. Probably.
Okay. What do we got?
It starts with Mako.
And Mako is pouring rainbows into a star that creates a little more stars where there's an occasional duckling.
While standing on top of gingerbread men.
Yeah, this is totally...
Is this just Mako?
This is just Mako's brain.
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Me neither, no. Like...
Maybe this is how they're explaining Mako. Like,
is this where all her energy comes from? Oh! That's a secret.
It's that Mako is actually secretly the main character.
Mako is secretly the positivity that keeps the world in balance.
See,
she's a highly evolved Homo sapien that was created specifically for this moment in time where Homo sapiens would fight back. It's the evolutionary construct of their own resilience to pursue their dreams, to pierce the heavens and break forward and scissor your destiny and all that.
Oh, now we have many Makos.
Oh, awesome. Yes. See, she is the hope of humanity. She is all of us. And one is all and all is one.
Right. See, Mako's uniform is also life fibers, and she was evolved even further because they recognized her potential as the greatest of mankind.
Right, exactly. So. Okay. Oh, no. Hold on. I have to go and check the dick water. Look at that. Look at that. That's a dick if I ever saw one. Let's go skinny dipping, and then dick water. Like, there's not even like any other frames. Like, it's just.
Well, we'll just go right before it and press play.
All right. Okay, so it goes there. It goes up. It starts to form a head. Yep. It's a dick. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this episode went to some places, and
yes, I'm not sure what we should talk about first. Let's talk about the life.
Can we talk about it in linear order? Because the life fibers would be last, and that's going to take the majority of the time anyway. So let's get it over with. All right. So Harume Nui, ninja'd the helicopters like, no, I can go wherever I want. No one can stop me. I love the meta aspect of that, because remember when she was like leaning on the text that was like in the frame and stuff? It's basically her saying like, I the fourth wall and like reality and all that. No. Don't you understand? Like, I am the agent of Ragyou. Like,
well, and the thing. Okay, and it was like. It was almost like a kidnapping or something. It
was.
Like, you know, you gotta go home to see your mom for reasons.
Do not want. So the thing we also was revealed to us during that time was the whole life fiber override function that they were using of Junketsu was actually a way to override the life fibers, like, will of the actual clothing.
I'm not sure, but at the very least, it had some great cost to it. Okay,
so that's how I interpret it. The reason why is because they said they used a relaxing or paralyzing coagulant.
Yeah, they used
which seems like the kind of thing where they're like,
they're targeting the clothes.
Right, we're going to stun the clothes so that you can get out of it safely.
Right, exactly.
Because these fights weaken you to where Junketsu could break you, do damage to you, hurt you, be a threat to you. Yeah. And then we staple, like, nail gun this clothing thing back to its wall.
Yeah.
Where it can't act, in my opinion, of its own accord at that point, especially now that we know what we know about life fibers.
Yeah. It's a caged beast, and we're putting it back in its cage because we don't need it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying to think of, but it also shows, in some ways, the relationship between Ragyou and Satsuki being one of where, I'll tap into your resources, Mom. I'll utilize what you have.
Right.
But I don't... I don't let you control me.
Right. And that... okay, here's what I will say. I'm glad that they didn't linger more than they did. Because...
okay, here's the thing. There's no, like, interpretation.
No, that's very clear.
It's very clear as to what went down there. But here's the thing. There is something specifically related to the actual, like, plot that was going on. She said that this herbal whatever will nullify or will purify you of your connection, of your, like, your synergy or your relationship with life fibers.
Right.
So what I think she's doing, here, is she's basically saying, there are going to be a chosen few that will be immune to the control of life fibers.
Right. Yeah.
But before I render you immune, I am going to.
Yeah. Anyways, but
Yeah.
So, and what's interesting here is that was like if that didn't clearly show who the main antagonist was.
Oh, right.
I don't know what does.
That's such a good, terrifyingly, just
it's
a disturbing way. It's effective,
But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. But then later, like almost right after, then they go to the whole thing of, all right, going into to the nudist beach, and we looked back, and yes, it was absolutely a dick and balls water splash.
And then he jumps in, and it's just like whoosh, and even like a little head forms. I was like, oh my god,
like it actually gets wider at the top after the water goes up and everything, and like. And then of course, I did notice this after you made the comment in the video, and then Ryuko goes down, and then the bubbles that come up, we don't
need to talk about that. That's all it's about is like awkward as the Ragyou thing. So okay, here's the thing. Ragyou's plan is to be subservient and the voice of the life fiber's will.
She's basically Saren.
Saren.
Like,
exactly.
And the thing is like, okay, how well is that going to work? Like, maybe she actually can figure out some way with the baths and whatnot to, become resistant and whatnot. But this seems, and this is something that makes me a little bit, like, pre-salty, basically, is that in Gurren Lagann, the opponent that seemed to be the final opponent was not actually the final opponent.
Yes.
And they ended up actually helping them go up against the space beings.
Super final opponent.
The super final opponent.
Right.
I really want Ragyou to get Dooku'd, like by scissor blades.
Oh, you think she's making it out of this?
Maybe.
Okay. Here's where I'll throw a thing there to make you feel better. If you think Satsuki is not going on an arc throughout this entire show,
I know, and it's going to be,
and the conclusion of that arc
be so good,
will do nothing. Will do something other than completely obliterate Ragyou's influence on her. Now, here's the thing that separates that. I don't care whether Ragyou lives or dies. My thing is that right now she is playing a dangerous game. Ragyou thinks that she's probably going to be one that will be
the exception.
And or one that can handle the alien force that is beyond human understanding.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. The thing that makes it interesting, though, is that this is all about, don't lose your way.
Yep.
Guess who's lost their way? It's Ragyou.
Yeah.
She's been gone for too long. So be afraid, Ragyou. You're going down.
And you know what's
really
great
hard
about this, though, is that because they're setting the stage even further beyond than just Ragyou.
Yes.
That means Nui probably is not long for this world either.
Nui,
she might survive, but the point is that now it's even getting closer to the point where she will get smacked down.
Right. Do you get the vibe actually that this is the kind of show that no one dies from?
It's just going to be everyone all teaming up to defeat the super.
Oh no, not about teaming up, meaning that it's stripped of the will to fight.
Sure, yeah.
So what it is more going to be, in my opinion, is that Nui's stupid eye patch is coming off.
Sure.
And she's going to lose all of her power.
Yeah.
And I think that that's more of something that will be thematically shown and moving forward.
Sure.
Is that Ryuko is intentionally stripping herself here. She's saying, I'm not going to fight your stupid war. I'm not going to fight this stupid conflict.
I'm not going to force my friend to commit genocide against his own people.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I love it. It's something that, in some level, we kind of need to have the protagonist do. Otherwise, they're just reacting to the plot as it comes to them.
Yep.
So, by her doing this, we don't think at all that this is going to last.
No.
We know at some point she's going to grab Senketsu. They'll fight together of their own choice, and it's probably going to be Senketsu saying, Ryuko, I choose this. This is what I was meant to be. I feel it in my
I found my
being.
way.
Yes, this is my way. Well, let's do this together. You don't have to make me do this, and I'm not going to make you do this. But let's do this together. Don't lose your way.
Yep, and it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. And then also Satsuki and them, the scissoring will commence, and it'll be amazing.
By the way, the new opening, I absolutely love. I love so much. It's the way that it thematically it just works so perfectly with how the story has shifted. You know,
sure.
And I mean, the first opening was absolutely fantastic.
I like the first opening more still.
Yeah. I mean, I think I do too. Yeah. But like, it could have been worse. It could have been much worse with changing. Because the thing is, changing openings and endings, it's a sensitive.
It's a very sensitive
thing. You know, and
yeah.
Yeah,
and I think we crossed the halfway threshold, and I thought we were safe. So
right, exactly, yeah.
I was expecting it, if anything, around episode 13 or something, but it's like, no, we get it around episode 16. It's like, okay,
because I mean, we are in the third act now.
Well, we are definitely in the third act. This was basically, hey guys, in case you were wondering, we're gonna have a little joke at the whole recap thing with that anime.
That was okay. That was
hilarious.
So good.
That was so funny.
So good.
And then we also had the over-the-top exposition dump. Literally taking them to class and teaching them all the things at the same time that Satsuki also gets a form of exposition. And now, there are times in stories where you make your protagonist and your pseudo-antagonist have their storylines be in parallel. And I think stories get elevated when you do that. But one of the things that I loved watching this entire episode was... No, don't go there, you dirty perverts. I'm talking about Satsuki's facial expressions.
Like at Ragyou.
When Ragyou is talking, there are a lot of moments where Satsuki's eyes are like
those angled eyebrows.
Yeah, she's taking things in. She's being like made, kind of aware. And you can tell that there is so much brewing inside her head.
And it's awesome because, okay, if you think about what Satsuki does over the course of the show from what we've seen thus far, she definitely has agency, for sure.
Right.
But she isn't actively present for a lot of it, right? It'll be her minions or whatever, right? And then in this case, we see a situation where she is not in control.
Right.
Yes. But she knows that.
Yes.
Right?
So she's choosing her battles.
She's choosing her battles, and they handle that very well of basically, even though she doesn't do anything this entire episode, she very actively was present. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
And that's really good because basically, okay, that bath scene could have ruined this show for me.
Yeah.
It could have. But it didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that it didn't. So.
You were so scared, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was like, okay, we'll just ride this out. Here we go.
But, yeah.
But wow.
And,
wow. Yeah, okay.
I hope we don't have to have another one of those. I don't think we
will. No. No, but this is okay. The way that they talked about the sports and culture festival, and the way Satsuki was like, they'll welcome you with open arms. Like, we are throwing down hard in at minimum 2 episodes.
Yeah,
2 episodes. They're gonna set up the sports and culture festival. In the next episode, and during that time, Senketsu and Ryuka will have a really good heart-to-heart talk. Next episode, things are going down hard. Like Gamagori will deem that this is all against the regulation, and you have not planned this out with the proper committees of the school. This is too much of an impromptu setup. Honoji Academy will not host your sports and culture festival.
Or what the sports and culture festival is this massive civil war, like battle to shake the foundations of the earth. Like, because the thing is, stuff's going to go down at this culture festival. It's probably going to be, what?
Okay, keep going. No. I have to think about this.
It's probably going to be Ryuko coming in and just, wrecking house, right? However, there are multiple variables present. So, it's going to be crazy. And I gotta say, like, Kill la Kill has done this before, but the fact that for all intensive purposes, the finale, or the first part of the finale, the first stage, right? Because, there is this other extraterrestrial being that is also a thing. So the finale could be them just assaulting the Kiryu in a state, right? Because they set that up
that
here.
will be the final finale.
Like the final finale, right? Unless it ends up being something where it's like, no, I am just the one, and there are many out there, and I bring them, and then it goes into space or something. But
it could.
But but the idea that they are putting so much like narrative weight behind this culture festival, like saving the culture festival, the sports and culture festival for this.
Oh yeah,
is just it's so good,
hilariously genius.
Because it's like every anime has one, and every anime, if it's at a high school, and all anime are at high school, then it has way more weight than would make sense, right? So the fact that they're doing this here, so good, and I can't wait to see how all the different players react, because it's not just going to be Ryuko and Satsuki and Ragyou. There's also the Devas, there's also Mako, there's also Aikuro, and and everybody, right? And it's just going to be madness, and it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
So, I have a theory.
All right.
Okay. So this theory is one that goes back to the battlefield trip's formation and plan. Satsuki, I believe, is actually all according to Keikaku, this whole thing.
Okay.
Remember what she said, the battlefield trip, remember, doesn't end
until you're back home.
Until you're back home. So here's the thing. I think Satsuki was aware that there was something that she wasn't aware of.
Okay.
And eventually, at some point, she would make enough noise with her mother that her mother would go, okay, you're having a little bit of fun. I'm going to come in here and basically put my foot down.
All right. And
say that this is the way things are and remind you of your purpose. But in order to incentivize you, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's going on.
Right.
And now that Kiryuin, or Satsuki, has all the data, has all the awareness and stuff,
it's like,
all right, now I know what I'm fighting. Now I know what I'm up against.
Yep.
This begins now. Now it's really getting started. What I'm guessing is going to happen. And I think they might try and find a couple ways. There's a couple ways they can do this. I think that either this sports and culture festival will be the biggest trap for Ragyou ever, or because I think Satsuki was aware of the sports and culture festival,
right?
Or this is going to become the biggest breakout, escape plan of Satsuki, basically just tearing out of the estate. Now, the thing that I actually have as a third theory, is that if you think about what the Ragyou state is, they are kind of the leaders, Ragyou is like the matriarch, the queen of everything.
Yep.
So that technically makes Satsuki a princess. So that means that
she could be
Ryuko might need to save Satsuki, the damsel in distress. And this becomes not a thing of all according to Keikaku for Satsuki, but it's where Ryuko goes back to Honoji to figure out what's going on and has to lead army,
the entire academy,
to go and save Satsuki.
Gotcha.
Because they now know about the grander conflict, and that would be ridiculous and hilarious,
and it would be absolutely amazing. And okay. Yeah, because I really love the first idea. Okay, all of these could work, but the first idea I especially like, because I like the idea of Ragyou arriving, and then suddenly it's like, yep, it's all perfect. And like that when Satsuki sent the message to the Devas, knew he was there, so it was actually like a coded message, basically, or something, basically saying like, all right, code red, we're on alert, I have been basically extracted,
right?
Do your thing, Iron Wall of Briggs, right?
And to continue with the trap theory, the reason why I think the trap theory is very possible here is I think Ragyou didn't anticipate that one little thing that now I'm realizing is actually really big. Satsuki took Senketsu and distributed his life fibers throughout her entire army.
Oh.
Why did she do that?
It was to study, right?
Yeah. What if they then took that little bit of Senketsu's independent probable life fibers, distributed it to her entire army, that when the life fibers activate,
she still has an army.
She still has a massive army, and Ragyou's going to be like, you have nothing.
Execute Order 66.
And then she snaps her fingers, and they'll just go,
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's time for you to leave.
Or Gamakuri Hira basically hulks out to massive size. He's just like, where do you think you're going?
Where is Satsuki-sama?
I would love that. I also think that if it becomes a thing where Ragyou is captured, the life fibers themselves will reveal why they awakened 20 years ago. And it was not because of the Kiryuins.
Okay.
So here's the other thing. We now have this big reveal that Homo sapien evolution was kickstarted by a parasitic symbiote
from outer space.
Which, by the way, for a twist,
that is amazing.
That's amazing.
That is so good.
That's genius. But the thing is that, of course, you can't have completely proper build-up for that. But the thing is, we know that because this is the same people that made Gurren Lagann, there was going to be something like this eventually.
And with how the entire show has been going, it's very much a go with the flow. We're going to do some crazy stuff and just, don't question. Like, we're going to do all the due diligence so that it doesn't immediately just seem stupid, right? But just go with it. Don't try and tease apart okay, well, why did they go, into hibernation and all that stuff? I mean, they might explain that too, but
no, I'm not trying to go in and try to understand life fibers. I'm just talking about the pacing of the show, not being able to properly build up their reveal.
Yes.
So they meta hard stop the episode and have a literal classroom exposition dump.
Yep.
It's hilarious because they're poking fun at this type of story that tries to act like they're not doing it. Whereas Kill la Kill's like, no, we're absolutely sit down.
We got things to do.
Exposition. Dump. Right. Now, here's the thing I think that's crazy. We are doing this within the confines of this whole wacky high school, fight the power, coming of age story.
Yes.
Now, the life fibers are a parasite, yes. They feed off of their hosts. Now, they didn't spread everywhere.
Right.
So,
although because of the Kiryuin, Reebok's company.
Because of that. There was this whole thing where they were talking about how originally, and I think this is the goal, essentially, was originally they went into the actual user, and
but it was too much, and
it
killed the host.
Killed them. So then they switched to covering the host, which, here's the thing that's kind of fascinating. There's the whole company which is called
Revox,
right?
Which you reverse,
which
covers.
is an anagram of covers. Exactly. So, is this basically a thing where they're getting at the whole theme of okay. So back when let me look at the notes here, because there was something we were talking about. I think it was we oh my god, we had even talked about awakening. These were our themes that we kept bringing up, was the whole idea of blood, threads, awakening, identity, and then father. So I think this all ties into really what Matoi had for his daughter. You can take and extrapolate the themes of what the life fibers are. They are just a species that needs basically a little bit of help to survive.
Sure.
So I think I'm going off the deep end here, but
Well, the life fibers are about they did awaken, and that's what sort of started this whole story. Both with Senketsu when Ryuko came into contact with him, but also before, right, with the Kiryuin family, and now there's going to be another sort of awakening, right, where there's all the dormant life fibers that have been distributed to people everywhere,
right, right. What I'm having a funny thing with is the idea of maturation, and
gotcha.
There was 20 years of them being, dormant,
right,
or 20 years recently they awakened, which is about, the maturation period for a human to become a fully fledged adult. The idea of Ryuko's story essentially being one that correlates to like relationship, the whole idea of merging, and I'm getting at something, and I feel like I can't really communicate it, but I feel like the themes of the life fibers and what they represent in the story are mirrored in Ryuko's actual arc and story that is going through the relationship between her and her father.
Gotcha.
And I can't really explain
well, okay, here's a way that you can talk about
it.
One of the things that they've done in this show as a way to sort of explain the fan service is that it's about confidence. It's about being comfortable with yourself. It's about recognizing your independence.
Yes.
Which is very important for coming of age stories, right?
Absolutely.
Because in this case it's the idea that everyone has been living with a symbiote, right? A parasite of sorts, right?
Okay.
And it's about casting that off so that they can truly be themselves.
There you go.
There could be a connection made to that with parenting.
Yeah.
In that parents help the children survive, right? Until they are
evolve.
Old enough. Yeah, until they've grown enough to be able to survive on their own, separated, right? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, one of the worst things that can happen is the children that aren't able to separate from the parents because of reasons, right? And then Ragyou here is
like the definition of the worst kind of helicopter parent.
Exactly, right. Where it's all about control and And then, but with the case with, like, say, Nudist Beach and everything, right? Mm-hmm. They're all about, okay, we must be free from that. We must be independent. We must be our own person. We must accept ourselves without any alterations, right? Our truest selves. No covering anything up, right? And Ryuko has been shown to not be comfortable with that, right? Even though, whereas Mako will just be like, whoa, a penis, Ryuko will be like, okay, this is, all right.
Yeah, Ryuko still has a lot of shame about
basically not able
matter.
To, and with how they've said, of course it would make sense in if you were to just take it at surface value.
Absolutely.
But with how they've set up the whole idea of clothing and coming of age and growing up and all that stuff, it suggests that it's rather something where she is not fully secure in her own identity.
Yes.
Right? In other words, she doesn't have a way yet completely, which then makes sense why she comes into conflict with all these people and stuff where she doesn't want to do the thing that she needs to do, right? Mm-hmm. Even though everyone's, telling her to do it. So she needs to discover that. She needs to find her way.
Herself.
Yeah, herself, right.
Because she's tapped into the independent side.
Yeah.
At least enough to where she throws off dependency.
Right, but she almost might throw it off so much that it's like a crutch of being like, independent for the sake of just not being dependent rather than because you know who you are.
Yeah, that's a great summation of that. Like, I think you're tapping into what I was trying to communicate and just failing to. I feel like this is something where the father essentially, like, because I still feel like Senketsu, the thing that has to make Senketsu like be able to, like fight the life fibers and have all this stuff, is that I think there has to be some kind of connection between Senketsu and the father. That there's some kind of There's some kind of essence of the father essentially trying to teach and help Ryuko from beyond the grave.
Or it could be just talking about that could totally be it. One of the things that they could also do, though, is that, and this could be a way to develop Senketsu and Ryuko in parallel, right, is that Senketsu has to find his way. Just because he is one of these organisms does not mean his identity has to be dictated by it, right?
That's a great point.
And the way it is right now, it almost seems like there would be some kind of like hive mind, right? Like this original life fiber thing is basically this Borg queen that has all its little tendrils out everywhere, right? But or that it's created little versions of itself, right? Because it did seem to create the little orb sphere thing, and then it's separated, right? So it might still have control. Who knows? And maybe the reason that this is going to be a problem is because they've essentially been growing up with the parents, and they have a bad parent in that sense of the original life fiber, or whatever. If it is something where they are separate entities now, and then maybe with Senketsu, the whole thing was that he was taken away from that. He was created in that lab. So
I really want to have, regardless of how they decide to end this story, I really want there to be a moment about this where Ryuko realizes her identity is independent of the clothing.
Right.
For one. Because that's something that...
She's already kind of realized that with when Senketsu was taken.
She is definitely on her way to that, for sure. It's something where I feel that Senketsu is kind of the picture of... so when you... here's where I kind of was sensing this. If we look at Ragyou... Actually, this is a great way to look at it. Look at Ragyou as a nega... like a bad version of
Ryuko's father?
Of Ryuko's father, right. Okay. So we have two daughters, essentially. With the parental figures giving them something.
Right. Yep.
And they both believe it to be probably the key to their evolution as individuals and eventually into adulthood. So what I see then we can take from that is take what Ragyou is all about and just flip it to something like a complete opposite, like completely totally opposite thing. And I think that instead of taking away the agency and the choice of
Satsuki
and purifying her, Matoi Ishin essentially says, I'm going to give you basically a tool that will aid you in this. This tool is one that will not control you, and you won't necessarily control it. But it's the opportunity for something greater to be made by you two working together. In some ways, I see it as a proper relationship. In the standpoint of, like, it's a relationship that I think was probably meant to have him with her. You know, they were supposed to be together with this. He wasn't meaning to die or anything. But that when you have a relationship that close, something that intimate that, you know, Senketsu and Ryuko has, discovering all that for yourself without any help, that's kind of scary. It's something where, on the one hand, you just kind of have to trust each other. And I think that it's kind of beautiful that that's something that Ryuko seems to be doing quite well, despite her being alone. But I think that was maybe the original intent with Matoi, was that he was going to be there. He was going to be there to help her through the maturation process. But because of her having to do it alone, she has to find her own way.
Right.
And that's where that's where essentially the story will climax, so to speak, will be about Ryuko finding her way in the midst of something where the father was trying to steer her towards a specific way.
Sure, and in that sense, there's, again,
it's a fusion thing,
Well, and just great parallels between Ryuko and Satsuki, because
yes.
They both are the same age. They're both sort of, coming into womanhood, right? It's that coming of age story. That age where it's like, all right, you're starting to spread your wings and all that stuff. And they both have been given a boon from their parents.
Yeah.
Right? That has the connotations of, coming into your own as a person and maturing and all that stuff.
Right.
And they're both very different experiences based on the parents and how the parents sort of introduce it to the kids.
Right.
Right? In a lot of ways, wonder whether this is sort of like an analogy for just the sex talk, right?
Sure.
Is that they because of the god robes, right? They now need to have the sex talk, right? And in one case, well, the parent's not around for that, right? And that sucks. And then Ryuko has to figure it out on her own. Mm-hmm. And then in the case of Ragyou, it's something to be controlled. It's something to be feared. It's something to deal with as if it's some monstrous beast, right?
Sure.
And the kind of, well, all the
methodology.
Stuff that can come from that. But then at the same time, showing that basically it's while the parents have an effect on how that is, taken in, right? Because parents have effects on their children. Mm-hmm. The children are, in some cases, maybe far more competent than their parents give them credit for.
Absolutely, that is very
and are able to handle it just fine in their own way.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to Ryuko, Satsuki choosing their own way.
Yeah,
and then finding some way to realize like how really similar they are, or at least in a lot of ways similar in kind of upbringing they are. Not necessarily like specifically with regards to the whole thing, but kind of this parallel that we've talked about by the boon given by the parents and stuff, but what they can learn from each other specifically. Right. And then the proper scissoring can commence.
Exactly. And then of course this sports and culture festival.
Yes.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
So dang.
Yeah.
All right. We have the anti-spirals.
We do.
The life fibers.
We do indeed. Yeah.
Which I love that we've been hearing the words life fibers about 1,000 times up until this point.
Yeah.
And even as we were coming really close to the theories of like, okay.
Yeah, you were talking about the whole idea of like, okay, what if there's some kind of alien and that...
Yeah. I in some ways I'm cheating because Gurren Lagann exists.
That's true.
I'm more so just basically trying to form a template from Gurren Lagann,
because this is basically Femme Gurren Lagann.
There's a lot of crossover here.
Instead of drills, it's scissors.
Yeah, they basically said, how about if we did Gurren Lagann, but we gender swapped it, gave a way more fan service, put a lot of really cool like identity messages in it, and then made the pacing like breakneck, like 50 times
made
faster.
It even more Gurren Lagann than Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, it's this is the life fibers evolution of Gurren Lagann. Exactly. Yep. They dressed up Gurren Lagann.
Basically.
Yeah, and it's
going, wonderful.
It's going crazy.
Incredible.
Love it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episodes and discussion, reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord where you can chat with us about stories or just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.